Good morning, everyone, and wish everyone have a happy New Year's in the Chinese lunar. Because of this New Year is very unperspective in the Chinese tradition too. So I'm going to share a little bit about the wisdom in the what this called the Book of Changes, written in the Chinese civilization in 5,000 years ago. So I pick up one important chapter that is applying to the Chinese individual, family life, and the nation until today. It still apply this principle to their culture, especially big influence to the scholar and the talents who want to move forward, make his life, his family, and the nation success. So they have this principle, we call that the teaching of I Ching. And I found that very interesting is because of I Ching is talking about circle. And or in Buddhism, we talk about samsara is a circle. And I Ching not found how to break through this circle in order that totally you transform it. But Buddhism is a Buddha himself reformed Indian culture. Why he can reform the Indian civilization is because of he break to something that more profound transform. So he said that samsara or abandon the samsara, liberation. So I make these two circles into very simple form as what I can, because of after last 2 weeks talk, I still in my contemplating. So in that contemplating, I try to make the word more simplified to show what I know about these two books, the books of changes and the books of liberation. Okay. Here I'm going to start it from here. What you can see, the first picture that you see here, I'm not going to detail in the word, but I try to tell you what it means here. Dragon is the very active animal in the Chinese, looking how this universal is going on. So he make 12 animals to represent a circle of the 12 years. So 12 years, if you see the moon, if you see the sign, you know the universal, then you will know something have his own law or his own principle of travel or something moving. So that is a very old Chinese watching to the sky and see things, what's going on, and predicting coming there. Even those that predict snow coming, they predict this and that coming, it's according to the experience and writing down in this, the books of changing. Okay, and life too. You have the life, carry on some potential. What kind of potential you carry on? Not only the gene, But mentally, what is the qualities of mental faculty you carry on to make your life unfortunate or fortunate? So Yijin, I here is talking about fortune because dragon is a fortune animal. Yeah. So it's very positive in knowing the dragon. So Chinese people, when dragon come in the years, they are very excited and get ready to observing what is the meaning of dragon. In order that adopt from the culture, try to be more advanced their life quality. So this is what it means. So after many years become a Buddhist monk, I think more than 40 years. When I was 20, become Buddhist monk. Right now, I'm 63. So from that, 2/3 of the life into monastic and Indian culture, learning the civilizations of Indian, that what I call him the reform teacher. So I found his teaching is very touching. What is a very touching? Wisdom. So the translation from Indian culture to Chinese culture, the first coming is called Panya Paramita Sutra. So they have Mahapanya Paramita Sutra and Pura Panya Paramita Sutra, talking about wisdom cutting through defilements. So that the teaching come into China is talking about emptiness, talking about abandoning totally, not attaching to anything, ideally, materially, phenomenon. So nothing come into the mind can make him stop. Nothing can be obstacle to his mind. This is called diamond cutting. So in the old days, diamond is the only hard stuff can cut to everything. So they use diamond cutting in the representing of wisdom. So what I can learn in Indian culture is wisdom. So what is wisdom mean? Wisdom in me is meant by emptiness. They use the word emptiness a lot of time. It means nothing that is not changing and forever lasting or become essential. No, substantially changing. Phenomena of material, phenomena of physics, and phenomena of mental thinking, perception, mental formation, consciousness. Nothing is last that can be the basic. So Chinese people not using impermanent, this is suffering, this is called Nibbana. They don't use, they use the word more bigger form, emptiness. So emptiness in the Indian culture basic is smaller than non-self. So non-self is bigger, need to be applied to yourself. So big the self-conceit, yeah, inferior self-conceit, or superior self-conceit, or you are very proud of yourself or your culture, your nation. All this is attachment, need to be overcome. So that is meant by emptiness is more bigger. So I use the word here. If anyone really realize the emptiness, they're already touching to the information of Nibbana. Then this what I call the factor of the body quality or life quality will become enthusiastic, wise, upright, honest, courage, diligent. So I write down the word for myself. This is what I need to be. Have that quality to my life. In order that just be a human being, don't be indecisive in doing things. And use your divine power. What is divine power mean? Divine power means compassion, loving kindness, and sympathetic joy and equanimity. Help other people into success. So that is how we call that dragon. The Buddha, he named himself, I am the dragon. So it means emotionally, especially in right now, lots of going on in destruction, chaos, war, and people just fighting a lot of idea. I see this is no hope there. We need dragon. The real dragon means who can use his divine power. So what is the divine power? Loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity. That is the leader in the world right now. Really need to practice that way. Okay, we'll come back to the second page. Now, this is the teaching of I Ching, or the Chinese teaching. The Chinese people, they know the laws of nature. They really know the law of nature 5,000 years ago. So they mention about here. You see what they mention? If that is the law of changes, what can I do to apply myself to this principle in order that I can advance my life, I can advance my family life, and I can prosperity to my nation? That is how they think. So scholar, they thought that, oh, you are a scholar, so scholar need to concern politics. Scholar need to concern about educate talent people. And talent people need to pay your responsible of your family, your society, your nation in your life. That is what you need to be put in practice. So here is something that they talk about hidden dragon. The first one is the hidden dragon. So still the times of learning and investigating, it's not the time to action. Who have no talent, no skill, not been educated, you need to go forward. All the desire, you need to drop it in order that you can focus, full time focus into earning something. Become your skill, become your power. Then you can come out and act like that. It makes Chinese people, until right now, education is the first choice for them to overcome destruction, overcome poverty, overcome poor. No matter how poor he is, volunteer or doing part-time job, no problem. My children cannot be like that. Even the whole life, one generation, two generation, I will be poverty, but my children cannot be that. My grandchildren need to go better. That is how from this hidden dragon. Yeah. And then the other one is, that is the very strong and I cannot fight it. I cannot competition right now, hidden dragon. You know, to find a way, they need to be patient, tolerate, bear all the suffering, find a way, move yourself into advance in order that you can competition, you can fight, you can win the stress from the external. This is called hidden dragon. So the second one is called that the dragon appear in the fields, have both the ambitious goal. So like me, my grandpa choosing, you are very naughty boy, naughty child, very active. Okay, train martial art, become military force. 5 years old, I trained martial art, train all the military training in order that active people need to have ambitious, become leader to do something. Discipline, training all the discipline. So from 5 years old, I already wake up 4 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes 3:30, never 5 a.m. 5 years old child until today, my time already been fixed into habitual pattern. Never sleep in the morning. Morning, my dog, before he bark, I already wake up. Yeah. My German Shepherd is sleep very early, and then he barking after midnight. Then he wake up and watch everything like that. I already know what their behavior because I'm wake up early boy. Yeah. So that is ambitious goal. So you need to have an ambitious goal and then earnest and down to earth. This is very important. Yeah, I have many credit cards. My credit is very good. Why very good? We don't expend more than you save. You don't expend more than what you can give, my grandpa told. And my father said, you need to work harder than what you can relax. He said, all this is I adopt from my family life. Earnest and down to earth. This is called the times of appearing in the field. Means you cultivate something. Cultivate your mind, cultivate your potential so that this potential turn it into practical and earn your skillfully. Somebody told me that, hey, you need to have all the log put there. What are you doing? What are you want to use it for? I said, not right now, no more planning. But why you still keep there? You can give people into firewood. You know, firewood is the second important wood. The good one, the stump, or you can use it for other purpose, but the log you need to use it for building, use it for more advanced purpose. So I sawmill it, I give it, not for me, but preparing for coming need. So this is called working in the field. Not for yourself, but for the purpose of the nature, applying to the nature. So flying in the sky is the third one mentioned. So the four, in here we call it the four. The dragon is in the sky. When you train yourself or the family or the nation, when their potential all change into skillful, change into knowledge and experience, and you are free, you are in the sky. Yeah, so how this life we can open up ourselves, so many things come is the good things, good news. It's a helping part. This become life challenge. Last part is not good to know. There will be an occasion for repentance and reflection. I use this word, but it means life is limited. And not much time left. I use these two words. Before the decline, before he go downhill, very urgent need. And can we retreat? Because of the important law of success, upgrading to our nation, to our family, or to our life. When time comes, can you retreat? Can you give up? Or you hold it until people all die, the nation decline? This becomes a joke for me, because I practice Panya Paramita, means practice wisdom cuts through. So I see a lot of people, when the time comes, he don't know how to adjust himself. He become obstacle, he become puzzle, he become something block the road, block the nature law. You see? So here is something that I mentioned about. This is the original teaching from the I Ching. If you want to know it, the I Ching mentioned about how to put into the practice. Practice means how to, open up yourself and develop. I use the word develop. Cultivate yourself and develop. Turn it into something in reality. I think that if you are right now very concerned about Chinese culture, Chinese society right now, they are growing very fast. They only use this word. They are in here. You see the dragon in the field. Means they are talking about only one thing is important, develop. They try to make themselves not much into quarreling, into fighting, into war, into this, that negative part. They want to see this is balancing, and then potentially they move forward in positive side. They talk about develop. So their develop is more into financial develop, technical develop, engineering develop, all what you can develop into make advance. They're not going to make decline, develop friendship, develop interdependence, win-win situation. All what you can see is this page. They have put their life into. They have put their nations, prosperity into development. So very important that here make them no regret when they fails in the natural law. When that natural law feel no regret, they already move forward to transform. So that their leader is like that, according to what they use this teaching. So old age and weak, they already see this become something need to overcome. Before they come into that, they already move forward. They already planning move forward. So how they can planning move forward? Not choosing the leader, but choosing the party. Party is important than leader. Similar in Buddhism, talk about, monk is not important, but the Sangha member is important. Monastic is not one person, but 4 people come together to have meeting, share the responsibility according to the Sangha discipline. We call that monastic monk. So that is something that replaces your personal self by community. So community makes sense to Chinese people long ago, before communism come to their country. They already know what is going on. So come to the next page. If you think like that, then flying dragon is in the sky. The mention about what is going on there. When one in trouble occurs, help comes from all quarters. It means the past, your help is to every one and all direction. This is what I quote when I do very detailed into reading. This makes sense to me. If you have difficulty, so you see all the direction people will send help to you. It means that in the past, you already open up yourself to help all direction, everywhere, to bring your gift, to bring your Dharma, charity to everyone. So when I learned Buddhism, the Panya Paramita means the monk only thing what he can do is generosity. No other action. You can act directly and benefit from that action is generosity. So that is very wholesome pattern of your individual life, your family life, and the nation. you can do something that you against this law. If you against this law, you make enemy, you make difficulty, and you make someone that get out from you, not concerned about you. So that is something they call fly dragon in the sky. According to Buddhism, is cause and effect in the condition. Good cause, good karma. Bad cause, bad karma. They already written down in the past. Only you not discern, not wake up, so you can use it up. If you wake up, exists the skill. Only this skill can apply accurately to the good effect. So the Buddhism talk about, it means in the path and the fruit, means you follow the path, and this path is accordingly is natural law, you earn the fruit. Someone that when we get old, we get sick, we get weak, then we will a lot of, mindset up and down, then we will see things differently. And dragon itself too. When the time comes, then he may regret. He may lose his mind. I don't say that that is a good example, but when I see someone come aging, if he not meditate, not doing practice to purify his mind, then a lot of mental become more and more excited. This is what I see people's mind, and then apply to my own life, my mind. I need to meditate every day in order that if I want to focus, I can focus. If I want to let go of this, the mental defilements, very, very hyper, excite mind state, I can make it. Because I see my grandpa, I see my daddy, very close to my life when he is very young and strong, he can do whatever. Focus. When the aging coming, this the destruction of the body, this the destruction of the mind. When facing to stress, then you can see his mind state. I see something that is called regret. From here, when I meet the Buddha, right now he is my teacher. What he's saying, what his life show and model in his very life, I see he is no regret. Why he can say he is no regret? It's because of he control his mind is something else. Buddhism. Because time not much left, I'm not going too much in the Chinese I Ching, but directly I come to Buddhism. I have regret. The first regret is when the second years, 1982, I become monk. I learned something. 1982, I have a little bit upset, regret, because when I was 13 years old, my grandpa passed away. when I recall back to remember how he passed away in the last week in his mental state when I learned Buddhism, then I see he have a lot of things make his mind not totally free, and a lot of things just struggle his mind until it passed away. I know something how to guide his mind by mindfulness. After the second years become months, but I don't have time with my grandpa because he passed away 9 years before this coming. My realization or my enlightenment, knowledge, skill is advanced than my grandpa. I want to support him or I want to share with him, but no choice because his life already old and weak, destruction, and pass away. This is first regret. I can show my appreciation to my grandpa. So this is what the Buddha mentioned. Even though the Chinese, they found a way balance himself into this very life success, but come to the end of the life, they cannot go more furthermore. But the Buddha himself have something go very deep. So especially Lee go to read the books, the smaller Panya Paramita, start from there. Then you can see all the light writing into emptiness, into wisdom issue, very sharp, very direct, not sequent, but sudden, very direct, very straightforward. That is something that make Chinese people suddenly see the way out from the I Ching, from the books of changing. Suddenly they saw something is beyond Chinese culture. That is the more highest, more supreme to fulfill. Going, some more. Yeah, this is what I want to share with you. This translation, I call it the Sutras of the 42 section. When I was back from 1986 back to Penang Island, Malaysia, and from there on I joined into the academic study of Chinese Buddhism in Malaysia. First year, I come to the academic study, then I meet this sutra or the commentary. This translation is translated in Chinese in Han Dynasty, means the 2nd century AD, 2nd century of the Christ. They come to China very early. This what I translate is last chapter, the last, very last 6 kata. So you can see this 6 kata talking about how this vision or the viewpoints of a noble one or a great man, how he see the world, how he see things differently. The translation here, I want to read a little bit and then I will say something that what my realization is. So let me read it for you before I can give some explanation. I consider the teachings of the Buddha as a flower before my eyes. I consider the practice of Dharma as a pillar supporting the mouth sumiro. I consider Nibbana as awakening from a daydream or nightmare. I consider the struggle between heterodox and orthodox as the antics of the six dragons. I consider the doctrines of somness as the absolute grounds of reality. I consider all the religious works done for universal salvation as like the plants in the four seasons. This sixth line is about the emptiness viewpoint to see things. The first one is called, the teaching of the Buddha as a flower before your eyes. You see how focused. I want to share one direct experience to you. In the days, the third years when I was in Doi Suktep, Chiang Mai, in the high mountain, and that mountain, they have the relics of the Buddha's tea in that, the only tea, Buddha's tea in Thailand, in that pagoda. So I stayed with the ascetic monk practice jhana, means meditation, how to put your mind focusing into object, let the mind, object, and the whole life unite together, especially this body and mind need to unite together. And you don't see the sensuality disturbances, and you don't see the fabrication of mind disturb, and you can see only oneness. So here there is the point that a flower before your eyes. When long time for meditation, one day I walk out, and then my ascetic monk said, "Go and have a walk. No more meditation this morning." You see, I'm already meditated the whole night until I pass through this problem of what we call that hindrance. I come to one pointness. So this ascetic mother, go and have a walk. Very morning. So when I walk out, my whole body is like flow. It's not walk by will, my mind, It just the idea come out and the body flow like that, Then when I see things, it's just not illusion thing, not many things. It's just like the needle point out, So when I never see a flower, small one flower in the stone there, never see, and then that stone is just unite with the life. You see the real, you see the beauty, you see the virtue, and you see the noble, everything in there. And the whole life just been champion of the flower, pull it back, and no more just flower. Clearly remember until now how this called one-pointedness of mind. In the life never before until that moment. Direct experience bring you into what is called concentration. It's like scientists come into the microscope. He forgot the word. Only thing is very sharp and direct to the discount. I want to say something like that. So carry on the second one. He said that meditation or jhana is like the Sumero. Sumero is a great mountain in the world. And right now, the whole world, our mind is not in there. The mind is not big. A larger thing becomes struggle. We don't have the whole big picture. So Indian yogi, once they come into practice, then his heart is open, become very harmonized to everything. Being and non-being become harmonized into his life. He become non-violent personality. So this is the second talking. The third one is called Samma Sambuddha. Our mind is very different. Our mind is called in day and night. Our mind is 5 hindrances. Yeah, our mind is called 5 hindrances. We cannot overcome dream. We cannot overcome that called daydream or nightmare. What is daydream or nightmares? Our mind have a lot of things going on, great hatred, illusion, sometimes this, sometimes that, up and down, sometimes down. Means stuck to know what to do in the future. Back to the daily life, distortion. What is right, what is wrong? We are arguing in that. We discriminate in that. Other than that, the mind don't know how to overcome. The mind just a lot of things going on by planning. Consider. Most of my time right now, I study or I meditate. No more planning. Planning is not working. People smart is because of his planning, but the nature cannot be planned. Too much condition to make the nature. Man cannot plan it, need to follow the nature. Look for the nature and follow the nature. That is something that, for me, my teacher told me, you need to put more time into the words. That means right now I'm learning English. Is that you need to put more time into the word. I say, no. I try my best to learn the word, but my goal is beyond the word. Beyond the word. I don't know you understand or not. There's something that you need to check. Your mind is always talking there. What is behind? What is behind this talk? Talkative mind. What is behind? So my own observation and my own investigation. What is behind? Enough for today. Because this very profound dragon. The Buddha said that I am the dragon. My mind is balancing. That balanced mind is overcome all the active and non-active. So the Buddha himself, he said, I am awakened all the time. So my mind is concentrated. So never any time my mind not in concentrate. This makes my life very touched by that saying. So his word, what is that meaning of his word? Until today, I still very struggling. What the Buddha want to say? That sentence, what is behind that? What is the condition or what is the meaning behind that? I'm still looking for that. I think might be something that is showing if I enough time, enough putting in input, I will say that all the diligence have the word. So only diligence through focusing mindfulness to that moment, maybe reverse will come. Thanks for you listening to this, and hope this dragon year, no matter how uncertain is that, but this talk is certain. Thank you.